conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. Auctioneer can accept bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits based on interruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. So guys, tonight we have an offer 10 Glenhaven Court here in Thomastown. A great opportunity for the first home buyer, a great opportunity for the investor, a great opportunity for you and your family to buy this great family home in a fantastic family location. An opportunity to build a great lifestyle and, of course, capital growth. And the market in Thomastown has gone from strength to strength in recent years, and for very, very good reason. It has been undervalued for many years, and we're seeing that come to the fore now in regards to proximity from the CBD. A great opportunity, guys, to get in tonight and to ride that wave of capital growth. So you've got the opportunity now, guys. For those who've seen it, for those who've loved it, now is your time to own it. Where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for 10 Glenhaven Court? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, guys. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. Who'd like to start us off? A bit of a repeat of the last auction here tonight. We ended up with a bang there. We've got the opportunity now. You have the opportunity now to start from a position of strength, to show every other competitor in the room that the keys do belong to you, to mark your territory, to stake your claim. Always difficult. Yeah. Put your hand up first. Takes a brave soul, especially in an in-room auction, but you've got the chance now to distinguish yourself from the crowd, to take the lead.
We'll go 735.
At 735 in the strong start, 735 the bid. At 735,000, the bids here in the centre at 735. At 735,000, there's the bid. There's a competition. 735 the bid now. At 735,000. At 735,000, any better bid, any better offer, perhaps coming off to 50. At 735,000. At 735,000, bid there in the centre. First call at 735, all done. At 735,000, 750. At 50 now, and a great bid again at 750,000. Bid now in front, against you behind, so 750,000 now. At 750 the bid. At 750,000, fairly been offered.
Take 5.
If you bid twice, I will, sir, but I'm hoping for 10 in the aggregate. Can we say 60? At 750, bids in front. They show weakness at this stage, early days. At 750,000, 7.5. Can I say 60 now, sir, to get you back in the box seat?
765.
At 765, even better. At 765 now. At 765 the bid. At 765,000, bid back there. Opportunity again in front at 65. At 765,000, fairly been off now. 765 the bid. At 75, and welcome back at 7 3/4. At 775,000, fairly been off now. 775 the bid. At 775,000. At 775 the bid for the first call at 775, all done. At 775,000, second call at 775 the bid, done.
778.
At 778, I'll tell you what, so I will shoulder my stride, get you back involved, because we're going to go green. We're on the market. We're selling at 778,000. You've got the keys. Bids not even up there, but we are green, believe me. At 778,000, you are on the market. The keys with you at 778,000. What that means here, sir, ma'am, we've come to buy you. Show me now. 780. At 780, at 780,000, 780,000 now. Keys back in front at 780. At 780,000, we're on the market. We play for keeps here tonight. No second chances. At 780,000, fairly been offered. At 780 the bid. You had the keys for a moment there, sir, but if you want to hold them longer, you're going to need a bid. At 780,000, fairly been offered. We are on the market. We sell. At 780 the bid. Once. At 780,000, all done. At $780,000 the bid. Second call at 780. Done. Finished. 90. At 90 at 790,000. Way to enter the proceedings at 790,000, 95 now. At 795, 800 beckons now at 795,000. Bid back in front, keys back in front, opportunity behind at 795 the bid. At 795,000. At 795,000, bids here in the front with the keys at 795. At 795,000, fairly been offered. We sell here tonight at 795 if there's no further bid. At 795,000, fairly been offered now. First call at 795, all done. At 795,000. At 800,000, even money now. Don't let ski off. It's just a round number. At 800,000, only 5 more than 95. At 800,000, the bid back behind. Keys back behind for the first time. At At 801, why not at 801? At $801,000 the bid now. At 801,000, fairly been offered now at 801 the bid. The best response, sir, to a small bid is always a big one. At 801,000 the bids here, coming with both guns blazing. At 801 the bid. First call at 801, all done. Second call, 801 the bid. Well, I thought you were telling me where to go, so everybody was at 802, this would have been the first time. At 802,000, bid back there, keys back there at 802. At 802, the bid now. And it can't fly like that, only like this at 802,000. At 802 in the bid's there. At 802, the bid fairly been offered. We're on the market. We sell. Play for keeps here tonight. At 802, the bid. First call at 802,000. All done. Second call, 802, the bid. Done. Finished. Third, final call, $802,000 the bid. Done, finished, signing out. If you've come to buy, show me now at 802. Sir in the centre, original bidder, we're definitely done. Thank you very much for your participation here tonight. Sir, ma'am, we done over here?
We got 500.
At 802 and a half. At 802,500, got the keys back with half. Don't walk away for half, sir. At 802 and a half. At $802,500 the bid now. At 803. At 803,000 wasn't to be with half. Try an extra zero. At 803,000, really been offered. We're definitely done now. Thank you very much for your spirited participation here tonight. At 803 the bid. At 803,000, bid there, keys there, we sell. 803 the bid. First call at 803,000, done. Second call at 803, done and finished. Third, final call, 803 the bid. All done. All finished. Sorted out at 803. We are selling. So, congratulations. Successful Harcourts Rata in room auctions. Thank you for attending. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.